The sun dipped low over the emerald canopy as Leo stepped off the narrow riverboat, his boots sinking into the soft, breathing earth of the Amazon rainforest. The air was thick with humidity, alive with the hum of hidden creatures. Leo wasn't an adventurer by profession, just a wildlife researcher who'd spent years studying rare species from behind screens and lab tables. But this time, he needed to see the wild with his own eyes. Somewhere deep in this jungle lived a creature that shouldn't exist anymore. Something only whispers and shaky footage had hinted at. And Leo had come alone. He pulled his satchel tight against his shoulder and started down the barely visible trail, guided only by his compass and the fading daylight. Leaves rustled overhead. Branches shifted even when there was no wind. Felt like the entire forest was watching him. He paused, exhaled slowly, and reminded himself that predators sensed fear. Still, he couldn't ignore the prickling on the back of his neck. Hours passed as he trekked deeper. The path vanished several times, replaced by tangled roots and moss-covered stones. He marked each tree with chalk to avoid getting lost, though he wasn't sure how much that would help in a place that seemed to rearrange itself at will. A distant roar echoed through the trees. A low, resonant sound unlike any animal he'd studied. It made his chest tighten, but it also confirmed he was close. By the time night fell, Leo found a small clearing near a towering ceiba tree. He set up his small tent and lit a lantern that cast dancing shadows across the vines. The jungle didn't sleep, it only grew louder. Frogs croaked like malfunctioning engines. Insects buzzed in chaotic swarms. And somewhere far away or terribly close, a branch snapped. Leo forced himself to focus on his notes, but his hand trembled as he wrote. Around midnight, the noises suddenly stopped. It was the kind of silence that felt wrong, like nature itself holding its breath. Leo reached for H. A pair of golden eyes glowed in the darkness. The creature stepped forward just enough for the edge of the light to reveal thick black fur, powerful limbs, and a face that looked eerily intelligent. It wasn't a myth. It wasn't a legend. It was real, and it was staring directly at him. Leo didn't run. Instead, he slowly lowered the flashlight and placed it on the ground. The creature's ears twitched. Its nostrils flared as it tested the air between them. Leo raised his hands slightly, showing he had no weapon. Minutes passed in tense stillness until the creature leaned back and released a deep, rumbling call. One that shook leaves loose from branches. Something crashed through the underbrush behind Leo, and he whipped around just in time to see two more glowing sets of eyes approaching. Smaller, thinner, younger, the large creature stepped protectively in front of them, and suddenly Leo understood. It wasn't hunting him. It was protecting its family. He slowly backed away toward his tent, giving the creature space. But before he reached it, the ground trembled. Not from the creatures, but from something else entirely. A mechanical roar cut through the night, followed by beams of harsh white light slicing through the forest. Leo's blood ran cold. It was a logging crew, and they were heading straight toward the clearing. The massive creature released a warning growl, and the smaller ones huddled behind it. Leo's instincts kicked in. He grabbed his flashlight and sprinted toward the oncoming machines, waving wildly. "Stop! Stop! You're heading into a habitat zone," he shouted. But the engines roared louder, drowning him out. Thinking fast, he angled his flashlight upward and pointed it directly at the nearest operator's windshield. The blinding reflection forced the driver to skid to a halt. The other vehicles braked behind it. Leo ran up to them, breathless, shouting for them to kill their engines. When the noise finally stopped, the jungle exhaled again. Leo expla.